And let me remind you, your mornings are better because you're with friends. Wow, what a night you had.
It was so cool.
What do you mean?
Went to the town hall in Milwaukee, got a one-on-one with Donald Trump.
Great.
Interviewed Sean Hannity. We got to meet everyone there. Thank you so much for being there. Y'all were all so nice. And we're going to show you what it's like to be behind the scenes at a town hall. That's coming up.
Do you think John Roberts knows anything about that?
No, he gets to do this every day. It was so invigorating. It was really awesome. Y'all have done it before, but I'm kind of new at this.
In lieu of sleep.
That's right. That's okay. I can sleep when I'm dead. It was fun.
Okay, that's a very good point. We all can.
Or this weekend. That's
right. I'll catch up this weekend.
Let's hope weekends come first.
That's right. All right, let's talk about the race. We begin with the race for the White House. Big changes overnight from Team Trump.
The Republican nominee adding new members to his campaign staff.
Man, things are changing fast and furious. Fox News senior national correspondent John Roberts is live in Milwaukee with the latest on the Trump camp change and along with his interview. Hey, John.
Hey, Brian, Steve Ainsley, good morning to you. The thing that I'm trying to figure out is why am I still stuck in Milwaukee while Ainsley's back there in New York City? That's where I really wanted to be this morning. Though we love Wisconsin, right? We love Wisconsin. Hey, Donald Trump hired, guess what? Another guy named Steve for his campaign. Steve Bannon is a top executive at Breitbart, now moves to the position as the chief executive officer of the Trump campaign. This is a guy who was once called the most dangerous political operative in America, a guy who really believes that Donald Trump should be Donald Trump. He loves the tough Donald Trump, so it's likely that he will encourage him to continue in that direction. And Kellyanne Conway, a frequent guest on the Fox News channel, has now been elevated from senior advisor and pollster to the campaign manager. So Donald Trump can now boast that he has a woman at the very top of his campaign. Now to last night's speech in West Bend. Big departure for Trump for a couple of reasons. First of all, first time he has used a teleprompter in a rally-style setting before thousands of people. And based on the response that he got, likely that he'll continue to do that in the future. It's also the sort of speech not typical for a Republican candidate. Trump building out in his theme of being the law and order candidate, directing that message to inner cities, promising to pursue policies that will improve the lives of minority Americans through economic and educational opportunity and strong policing. Trump last night pledging to break the cycle of poverty, blaming Hillary Clinton and the Democrats for policies that perpetuate poverty and lawlessness. Here's Trump from last night.
She is against the police. Hillary would rather protect the offender than the victim. Hillary Clinton-backed policies are responsible for the problems in the inner cities today, and a vote for her is a vote for another generation of poverty, high crime, and lost opportunities.
Now, it's not likely that Donald Trump is going to win African Americans over en masse with that speech. I mean, it's a message that he will continue to push. He may win a few over, but really what this is aimed at is independent and moderate voters who've got an idea that Trump is not the sort of person who wants to embrace all Americans. He is trying to give this idea that he is an inclusive candidate and hope that that one sells. Also, Donald Trump today receives his first intelligence briefing, his first classified briefing. That'll happen this afternoon at FBI headquarters. Governor Chris Christie will join him along with Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. Christie there because he is his transition chairman. General Michael Flynn is there, according to the campaign, because they don't trust the level and the quality of intelligence that they'll receive. So they want to make sure that Flynn is there to say whether it's good or whether it's not. Brian, Ainsley, Steve?
Wow, that's pretty efficient. Making sure the intelligence is high. John Roberts, thanks so much.
He was on with us at 6 a.m. yesterday. He was on with us at 6 p.m. last night. He's back on at 6 a.m.
Working hard.
No kidding.
Tell you what.
Well, you know what? As I look at the new guy, Steve Bannon, the guy who's taken a leave from Breitbart, the campaign chief executive, you wonder what is his background? I mean, Mr. Roberts just did a good explainer of how he's been described in the past. He has an MBA from the Harvard Business School. He was an officer in the Navy. He has a master's in national security studies. He's going to be helping Mr. Trump, along with Kellyanne Conway, who's going to be specializing in not only the pollstering stuff, but messaging as well.
Rick Gates now becomes, gets an elevation. He now becomes the deputy chairman. So the deputy chairman will be Gates, and also Kellyanne Conway moves up, as you said. He also added two members, significant members, to his agricultural team Governor Sam Brownback and Terry Branstad. A lot of people saying, hey, you're using B-team guys. These are A-team guys.
All right. Rudy Giuliani was also there in Milwaukee. He's going to be on the show in the next hour, and we want to take you behind the scenes at a town hall. Just in case you don't get to go to one, this is what it's like.
Excellent.
I love Donald Trump. My dad's a veteran, and he wants to help veterans.
You came from Georgia?
All the way from Georgia.
Did you drive?
We drove on Sunday, and it's my 16th Trump event.
I got tickets, and we decided, hey, we're going to go up there.
This is where we learn about the candidates. You're up close.
I want to make sure that Hillary Clinton's the next president of the United States. People want change. She's not the agent of change. Donald Trump is.
I think it's a perfect place to be, and I think it shows that Donald is willing to confront this problem, and Hillary is living in denial.
What do you think Donald Trump needs to do going forward? We have 3 more months. If you watch the mainstream media, they want you to believe that this is already over.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is I think they would like to deflate the feelings of those that think that he can win. This, you know, Ronald Reagan wasn't winning in October until October of 1980. And I think that I have never seen a more abusively biased, one-sided, pro-Hillary media in my entire life. Ainsley, I just think that at the end of the day, if the American people focus on issues, and this would be my unsolicited advice for Donald Trump, I would forget about everything else but 2 people, Hillary and Obama.
Mr. Trump, why do you think it's important to do the town halls?
Well, I like doing them with Sean. He's a special guy, really very smart, he's very decisive in the sense that he wants to get right down to, you know, let's get right down to it.
How do you have the stamina to keep going and going and going? You've only taken 2 days off this month. Hillary's taken 7 days off.
Well, that's a good question. I do have a certain stamina. Maybe it's called parents. They had good stamina. My parents had great stamina. But I enjoyed it. I'm loving it. The crowds are fantastic. I think the response has been, Ainsley, the response has been incredible. No matter where we go, we have overflow crowds, thousands and thousands of people. People don't talk about that. You know, they never mention that. But we were in Pennsylvania. We had overflow, 5,000 people that couldn't get in. We went to another site. We had 7,000 people that couldn't get in. We were in Virginia. We had thousands of people. It's just really, it really makes you feel good.
First classified briefing. Are you bringing in General Flynn, and why?
Because I think he's a great guy. I've gotten to know him. He's been a real fan of mine and defender of mine, and he's a terrific guy, terrific general, tough, smart, feels like I do about, you know, illegal immigration in particular. He wants to make sure the right people are coming into our country, not the people that we're probably taking in right now. We don't even know who we're taking in. I mean, we have people coming into our country. We have no idea who they are, where they come from, and he's somebody that I believe in.
Do you trust intelligence?
Not so much from the people that have been doing it for our country. I mean, look what's happened over the last 10 years. Look what's happened over the years. I mean, it's been catastrophic. And in fact, I won't use some of the people that are sort of your standards. You know, just use them, use them, use them. Very easy to use them. But I won't use them because they've made such bad decisions. I mean, you look at Iraq, you look at the Middle East, it's a total powder keg. If we would have never touched it, it would have been a lot better. I mean, we would have been much better off, on top of which we've spent probably $4 trillion. Nobody even knows what we've spent. So, no, I have great people, and General Flynn is one of them.
What do you say to the critics that are worried about you or Hillary getting classified information?
Well, I'm worried about her getting it because of her email situation. She can't keep anything private. And, you know, I think that she, and I really mean this, by the way, I think her email scandal is one of the worst things I've ever seen. She deleted 33,000 emails, which is a crime. What she did is a crime. And to think that you have subpoenas and you're deleting emails, it's unthinkable. And I think probably her single greatest achievement in her life will be getting out of that mess because, and I don't think she's really out of it. I can't believe that she's out of it. But justice has to be ashamed. Justice has to be ashamed. When you look at the fact that she did so many things wrong, when you just look at the volume of you know, I call her Crooked Hillary. You look at the volume of things that she did wrong, and for her to get away with that is, to me, I think it's very hard to believe.
Well, you can hear people in the background starting to roar in the big room, and that's because he then left you and went and did the town hall, which you will see tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern on Hannity.
Yeah, Sean Hannity was up on the stage getting the crowd going, and then Donald Trump came in underneath in the basement. That was in the basement, and that was right before he went up on the stage, and you could hear the crowd in the background. I was surprised at the number of young people that were there in that audience. There were so many.
And the people who drove all the way from Georgia?
From Georgia.
Oh, my
She's
God.
been to so many events.
Great job.
Thank you.
That's what you want. People behind the scenes. We see enough of them on camera. The other thing that I had to add, you see Governor Walker in these yesterday? He wants to be there. A lot of times Republicans were staying away. Senator Cory Gardner of Colorado yesterday says, I'm aboard the train. Senator Ayotte yesterday says, I will be voting for Donald Trump. And Senator Lindsey Graham said, I love that speech that he gave the other night. So there's some indications that Republicans are beginning to get on board.
That's what everyone's talking about, how great his last two speeches have been.
Right.
All right. In the meantime, it's 6:11 here in New York City, and Heather Nauert is back in Studio E today. Good morning, Beth.
Gang. Great to see you. Missed you guys.
We missed you.
It's a nice job in Milwaukee. Hope my
Thank
people took
you.
good care of you.
I love your city. It's awesome.
It's a nice
They're
place.
so nice.
Yeah. All right. Good morning.